The wedding hall was magnificent. Crystal chandeliers hung like stars above. Flowers draped every archway, and guests buzzed with excitement, dressed in glamorous suits and glittering gowns. Photographers clicked away as they followed the groom, Jason Walsh, a billionaire tech mogul, charismatic and proud, stepping into his second marriage. His bride was a famous model, tall, poised, perfect. The media was calling it the wedding of the year. But somewhere behind the dazzling lights, near the back of the hall, a little girl stood quietly in a faded blue dress. She couldn't have been more than 5. Her small hands gripped a napkin. She stared at the tables, scattered with dishes and spilled drinks. Without a word, she started to wipe them. One table, then another. She was cleaning. At her father's wedding. Just hours before. Outside the grand hall, a woman stood with tears in her eyes. Sophia, Jason's ex-wife, once elegant, now worn from years of raising their daughter alone. Her hand gripped the small, trembling fingers of their daughter, Ella. "Mom," Ella whispered, "can I just see him? Just once?" Sophia looked at her daughter, her heart aching. Jason hadn't visited in nearly a year. No birthday calls. No visits. No support. Just silence. And today, he was remarrying. "I don't think," Sophia began, then stopped. Ella's eyes pleaded. She knelt and wiped her daughter's face gently. "Okay," she said quietly. "You want to see him? Then go. Just once." Ella nodded. Sophia took a deep breath, stood, and walked up to the security at the hall. "I'm leaving his daughter here," she said sharply. "He's starting a new life, right? Let him take care of her now." And with that, she turned and walked away. Inside the wedding. No one noticed the little girl enter. She wandered between tall legs and flowing gowns, unsure where to go. She saw her father, the man from her photos, smiling on stage, surrounded by cameras and strangers. Ella didn't want to cause a scene. She didn't even want to speak. She just wanted to be close, to see him smile in person. So she sat near the edge of the room. A server dropped a glass, spilling juice on a table. No one noticed. Ella did. She got up, found a napkin, and wiped it. Then another table. And another. Because if she helped, maybe they wouldn't ask her to leave. Maybe someone would notice. Maybe her father would. She kept cleaning. Until, he saw her. Jason had been laughing at a joke when his eyes landed on a small figure near the buffet. She looked familiar. His smile faded. He stepped off the stage and walked slowly, unsure of what he was seeing. And then, his world stopped. "Ella," he whispered. The girl turned. "Daddy," she said with a soft smile. "I was just helping. I didn't want to ruin your wedding." Jason felt like the earth had been pulled from under him. He dropped to his knees beside her. "What are you doing here, baby? I just wanted to see you. Mom said I could. But I didn't want to bother anyone, so I started cleaning." Tears welled in his eyes. For the first time in years, he really looked at her. Her small shoes were dusty. Her hair was tied with an old ribbon. Her hands, too small to be working. And yet here she was. Helping. Trying to belong. "Where's your mom?" he asked, voice cracking. "She left. She said, you're starting a new life. So I should be with you now." Moments later. Jason walked back to the stage, not alone, but holding Ella tightly in his arms. The music stopped. The crowd fell silent. Cameras turned toward him. He took the mic. "I need to say something," he said, voice heavy. Everyone watched, the bride, the guests, the media. "This," he said, holding Ella close, "is my daughter." A soft gasp rippled through the room. "And I forgot her." He paused, his throat tightening. I got so busy chasing success, that I left behind the only person who ever needed me just for who I am. The bride shifted uncomfortably. Jason continued. She came here today. Not to crash the wedding. Not to demand anything. She came, and she cleaned tables. Silence. Because she thought, she didn't belong. Jason looked around. I cannot marry someone tonight, when the one person I truly abandoned is standing here, just hoping I'll see her. He turned to the bride. I'm sorry. I can't do this. And just like that, he walked off the stage. Holding Ella. Later that night. They sat in a quiet park, under the stars, eating ice cream from a corner truck. Are you mad I came? Ella asked softly. Jason kissed the top of her head. I'm mad at myself for not coming to you. Can I stay with you now? He held her closer. Forever. Weeks later. The media exploded. Jason's emotional speech went viral. But what mattered more was what followed. He launched the Ella Hope Foundation, named after the daughter who reminded him what it meant to be a father. A foundation dedicated to supporting children abandoned by divorced or distant parents, giving them the love, presence, and opportunities they deserved. Closing message. Children don't need fancy gifts. They don't care about your wealth or your success. They just need you. Sometimes, the smallest hands carry the heaviest truths. And sometimes, all it takes, is a little girl cleaning tables. To remind a man what really matters.